Hey, what's up, everybody? Arc Monsters Day, and today we're going to talk about the domain expansion build that you've probably been seeing a lot of clips about, and I decided to go over everything in the domain expansion build today, and basically discover and cover what this build basically is with you guys, right? So really, this build was originally supposed to be like, use illusory servants, and then you kind of use crystal and ice lance to support your illusory servants, and I thought it'd be going like kind of crazy because Light's Final Toe has 7 range and a really fast swing speed, so the clones would be demonic, and they do put in work, right? Especially with the Neve crit. But really, this build eventually blossomed into using domain expansions, right? And basically using your domain expansions to basically suppress and oppress people within your realm, right? Like within your domain. And this can be used to like 1v2, 1v3, fight multiple people at once because they're all going to be moving slow. You're able to cut people off with your different domains and all that sort of stuff. So let's go over the domains real quick. So you have domain expansion, gravity flux, right? And so with this, there's actually 2 variants. There's gravity flux and gravity flux alter, right? I'll go over like all the domain expansion in another video, right? But the no gravity variant is the one where like if they try jumping out, they'll get sucked right back in, right? And so this is probably going to be the one you want because no matter what, as long as you stay within your own circle, they can't leave. You decide when they get to leave, right? So if you leave the realm, that's when they can leave the realm. That's how the no gravity version works, right? So that's why I wanted this version. And so really what you're going to be doing is you're going to be stacking this with domain expansion, true ice hell. And this really cuts off their options, right, for escape. Usually I try and line this up when I already have like an illusory servant on them, and I'm trying to cut them off from like other people trying to join the fight if it's like a 1v2, right? And then finally you have domain expansion, illusory realm. I know it's illusory realm, but I like saying illusory realm. But anyway, the point of that is just to basically trap them in there. Maybe you're like at half health, maybe you're at like 30%, whatever, right? You basically trap them within the realm, and then you can just go over here and like Warriors just fight as they fight like a monster. Or you can stay within the realm and 2v1 them with a stronger clone. Maybe you can also use the ice hell inside the illusory realm as well. There's a lot of different domain expansion stacking opportunities for you to do, but basically the whole point is that you're supposed to try and basically limit how good your opponent is able to attack you, right? Because they attack slower within the realm and they can't dodge as far. So there's a lot of opportunities to basically cheese your opponent in any way possible with the clone, ice daggers, ice lance, ice forge, right? And this build's not even complete. I have an incomplete ice hell domain expansion, right? You're supposed to have ice fissure. So if you have ice fissure on this build, it's going to be constantly knocking them out and right back in. Same thing with the ice helm, same thing with the illusory realm. They're going to be getting knocked into your realm. That's what you want to do. That's kind of the point, so that your clone can go crazy and also the monster in your realm can go crazy, right? Now, as for the mantras, again, Ice Lance, Crystal Pellet, Ice Daggers, Ice Forge, these are all just really good for if you don't have your clone up and you just want to start boxing people. Ice Lance, Ice Daggers are very good. Crystal Pellet is good to mix up with your M1s. And then you have Ice Forge for like a long range sort of support thing, right? I have Ice Skate. This should be Ice Fissure, so just ignore that. And then of course you have your Vision Chip removed, and Iceberg if you want some extra healing here and there. If you have them maybe cut off with your Ice Wall, you can maybe get like a free heal, right? Going over the stats and like equipment, right? As you can see, 80 Frost Draw, 55 Charisma for, obviously Vision Shaper, and Chaotic Charm talents and all that good stuff. 100 Willpower for like Final Toe, 25 Agility for dodge talents and whatnot, 40 Fortitude for Exoskeleton, and 25 Strength also for Strength and Willpower talents. This is not a Shrine of Order build. You do not need to go Shrine of Order. I mean, you can, but you don't really have to here, right? And as for my stats, I have 480 health, right? 364 ether as well. So that's a really good amount of health and ether, and it allows me to basically spam a lot of my mantras, right? While having my clone do a lot of the work, and also for me to do a lot of the work with my enchant with Elastic, pulling them back in so they don't escape. As you can see, here are all my basically armor sets. I have some pretty good armor that I got from farming hell mode. And as for my talents, you can kind of see that I don't have too many different good rares, but Golden Tongue is really nice. Warriors Fight is really, really useful. Observation, Safety Dance, Saint J, Shatter Spear, all the good stuff, Exoskeleton, etc., Spine Cutter, all the basic talents you're going to want in each of these categories. And as for the gems on each of them, really just a Bloodless on like a couple of these, like Ice Lance, maybe Crystal Impale, and the rest of them, it doesn't really matter what you put on, maybe Blue Gem on all of them. And that's going to be pretty much all for the build, guys. Like, it's not really too much to go over. It's a pretty simplistic build in nature. All you got to do is just put down your domain expansions and use all of them at once if you can get them to land. Usually try and use the illusory realm with the illusory servants. And that's going to be pretty much all for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.